Hi, I'm Jane Ashton. I'm the Chief Executive of the ATT.
And hello, my name's Sasha Finkel and I'm the Head of EPA Operations here at NCFE.
ATT has partnered with NCFE so we could together offer an apprenticeship in tax. We think this is really important that future generations have access to the tax profession. Through the partnership, the ATT provides the technical knowledge through its tax qualifications, and NCFE provides the endpoint assessment. So, together, this enables a student to complete their apprenticeship and actually gain the apprenticeship certification.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of that. I think the key thing is that we're utilising the wealth of knowledge and experience in taxation from ATT and combining that with the experience of assessment and endpoint assessment within NCFE to provide that really high quality EPA service to our mutual customers and ultimately to provide that opportunity for those apprentices. Well, for me, I think this was an opportunity to combine forces to provide that high quality, flexible and accessible EPA provision to all of our apprentices, employers and providers. Together with that, both ATT and NCFE are charities in their own right, so it's allowed us to align our charitable obligations and ambitions to provide this really excellent service in endpoint assessment for the taxation professionals.
And for me, it's allowed us to continue with our apprenticeship qualification. So, with NCFE providing the endpoint assessment, we're still able to provide an apprenticeship route for our students. And this enables employers to claim the apprenticeship levy as well, which also contributes towards the cost of study for their new recruits. So, that makes tax a more interesting and viable proposition for the new recruits and for employers. So, to reiterate what I've just said, really, the partnership enables the sector to benefit from funding from the apprenticeship levy. So, our employers are able to claim the apprenticeship levy and to offer new recruits who haven't necessarily been to university the chance to get a professional qualification and also an apprenticeship certification. So, it's really important that we give future generations access to the tax profession and to the accountancy professions as a whole.
And there's that flexibility and sustainability that is offered through this partnership. So the flexibility is offered through our approach to EPA, the use of technology, it enhanced by the assessment materials being developed by sector leaders in taxation. And sustainability is provided through the partnership, flexing on the strengths of each side of the partnership to provide that high quality provision for each of the apprentices. So the key part of it really is that it gives the opportunity for apprentices to earn whilst they learn. University and other more traditional routes are not accessible to all people. Apprenticeships offer a more flexible option and an option that's open no matter the person's age, circumstance or financial situation. It's also great for employers. So as Jane's mentioned, there is that levy that employers have that they can spend on apprenticeships. But it's not just about the levy, it's also about those employers being instrumental in the development of their employees right from the beginning, moulding them to their expected ways of working.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it gives students a really great chance to earn while they learn. And often we see students coming through the apprenticeship route that are 3 years ahead of people who've gone to university because they've got their qualifications, are earning more salary, are higher up in the firm or company than their counterparts who have been to university. So it's a really, really good route into a career in tax. They get lots of experience on the job. The employers to commit to giving them at least a day a week training or mentoring, which is great for the new apprentices. And they learn different skills to what you learn at university. So it's more the softer skills, whereas at university it's more the theory. So it's a great start for those who want to study a career in tax. And as Sasha says, it's open to everybody, regardless of age or knowledge. So we don't require any knowledge at all for people to study the tax qualifications. So I think the biggest success for me is to be able to continue to offer our students an apprenticeship route into tax. Without partnering with NCFE, we wouldn't have been able to do this. So the apprenticeship route is a great way for students, and partnering with NCFE has enabled to carry on offering that route to them.
And I think apprentice achievements is the successful outcome well that we're all looking for, and that's what we've seen. The transition has seen employers, providers and apprentices to be introduced to NCFE for the first time, having probably not been aware of us in the past. And we've worked closely with each provider to make the transition as seamless as possible. And we've seen many apprentices achieve their EPA to date with some excellent outcomes. And the outcomes for the apprentices is why we're all here. So that's definitely the biggest success for me.
What are you looking forward to most about the future of this partnership?
Well, again, for me, it's always about the apprentices, and I think Jane will echo that as well. We want to see more and more apprentices reach their potential and complete their EPA successfully, and this partnership is allowing them to do that. I think that's the key.
Yeah, exactly the same for me. It allows people from all different backgrounds to actually access the tax profession, gain an apprenticeship qualification, and actually have a good career in tax. So it fulfills our social mobility agenda really well, and it is the outcome we want. We want people from all classes and backgrounds to be able to get a tax qualification, and the apprenticeship route is a really great way of doing that. So from our point of view, employers who want to support students through the apprenticeship should contact their tuition providers who work with NCFE. And students themselves interested in the apprenticeship route should look for employers who actually offer the apprenticeship as part of their offering to students generally. There's very many vacancies are advertised in the milk rounds at universities, or they're advertised at careers fairs in school or through careers advisors. So lots of different places to look, but your main starting point for your student is finding an employer that offers the apprenticeship route.
Yeah, and here at NCFE, any providers or employers who want to know more about the endpoint assessment, we've got an APA relationship team that are ready and waiting to speak to you straight away about endpoint assessment. They'll offer a wealth of webinars and resource materials that we've combined forces to create, that we'll be able to offer to give you the information that you need.